Bottom line is you have to show up. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and we were talking about impact, and she was telling me about how her comment was, I don't feel like I'm making a big enough impact. I don't feel like I'm doing enough. And my response to her kind of shocked her for a moment, and I said, well, you're not. And she said, well, that's rude. And I said, no. I said, it's honest. I said, the truth is that you're not making the impact that you could be making because you're not showing up. And I let her sit on it for a moment. I knew it was a rough statement, and I knew that she trusted me enough to let it sit there for a moment. The truth is that if we want to create, if we want to grow, if we want to make impact, if we want to change people's lives, if we want to change our lives, we have to show up. We have to show up for ourselves, and we have to show up for others. When I was sharing with her about her not showing up, I said, I haven't seen you on social media. I haven't seen you posting anything. I haven't seen you sharing your story. I haven't seen you teaching anything. I said, how are people supposed to know more about you and what you do if you're not willing to show up? If you're not willing to first show up for yourself. First show up for yourself. But how are people supposed to learn and trust you and go think of you as the expert or the go-to person for something if you're not teaching people, if you're not encouraging people? So I'm going to give you some 5 reasons of why you need to show up to create the impact that you want, to build the business that you want, to grow in your personal life, to grow in your professional life or your business life. The number one reason why you need to show up is that because people need to feel you. When you show up on camera, when you show up in post, people get a sense of your energy. They get a feel for your heart. The number one thing that I hear people tell me all the time is, I can feel your love. Like Matt Gill represents love. And Matt Gill, even sometimes when I may say something that's disruptive or, I don't want to say confrontational, but maybe even confrontational, it's still said with a sense of love. People get when I come on video or when I share a post that there's love underneath that. Listen, that's one of my core values is I lead with love. But it's me being consistent in showing up that they know that it comes from love. They know, they feel me. Exactly, Ryan. They feel me. So one of the key reasons why you need to show up is so that people get a feel for you. People get a feel for who you are. They get a feel for what you believe in, what you represent. They get a feel for your integrity. They get a feel for your opinions. The second reason why you need to show up is that because people need to learn from you. Listen, there are experts, there's experiences that you've been through that you can help others through. And they need to learn from you. They need to know that somebody who's gone through this is already 5 steps ahead and can reach back and pull them forward. In your business and how you want to impact people, they need you. You need to be coming on and sharing your knowledge. Dropping either a nugget a day or, for example, like this. I'm just giving 5 reasons why you need to show up. This is teaching. This is a moment. This is showing that you know something. This is knowing that you want people to be like, oh, I need to go to. Which leads to my number 3 reason why you need to show up. People need to connect with you. People need to know that you're the expert. People need to know that you're the go-to person for relationship advice, or you're the person that they need to go to with building their business, or that how to manage going through pain or suffering or going through a challenging time. People need to know and connect with you, with who you are and what you're doing. Like, you almost need to connect the dots. Our lives are going in so many different directions, and there's so many things that are happening in the world right now as we begin to open up from quarantine, as we're starting to reunite with our families, as we're still trying to build our business and figure out how, I made a massive movement and pivot last year, and now I'm trying to pivot this way or expand and grow. People need to feel connected. The fourth reason is you need to stay, try that again. You need to stay on the top of people's minds. You need to stay on the top of their minds. Gosh, I wonder what Amber's doing. Oh, I wonder what Ryan's up to. Oh, I wonder what Paul's doing. Oh, I wonder what Brooks is doing. Oh, I wonder what Samantha is up to. Like, you need to, the more that you pop up, the more that you're consistent with your content, you're consistent with your teaching, you're consistent with what you're doing, the more that people are like, Ken's the one that I need to go to in regards to my my real estate. Kim, I need to go to. She does real estate investment. I need to go to Kim to learn how do I start flipping properties. Paula, I hear her talking about relationships often all the time, and I'm ready now to open up to expanding my heart for relationships. Paula's the person that I need to go to. You see, you want to stay on the top of people's minds, and you do that by being consistent. You do that by showing up. You do that by posting, whether it be an article, whether it be a picture with your post. Or you show up on video. Listen, video is the number one way that people are consuming. And people watch live video more than they watch recorded video. Why? Because anything can happen. The fifth reason why you need to show up is you need to show up for yourself. A lot of us walk around with this conversation of, man, I can't do video. I can't, what happens if I mess up? Listen, you guys just saw me mess up. You saw me do it live. And what did I do? I just picked up the piece and kept moving. Listen, we've all been in this space of Zoom meetings and seeing people walk around in their underwear or blowing their nose while they're on a Zoom meeting or not putting themselves on mute. Listen, you don't have to have perfection. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. So I want to encourage you to show up. Show up for you. Show up for the people that are waiting for you. Show up for the people that healing comes from your words. Put aside your ego. Listen, being stuck in the judgment and the self-judgment of what happens if I mess up, what if, that's all ego. I want to encourage you to put down your ego and pick up your impact. Get out there and tell your story more. The good, the bad, the ugly, the happy, the sad, the challenges, and the successes. Let people see that you are the one that they've been looking for. Stop looking at the numbers. Stop looking at how many likes you get. Drop your knowledge. Drop your experience. Because you never know who's watching. You never know who may decide to take another breath because you shared something of your story. I can't tell you how many clients I sit with on a daily basis and I hear their story. I was like, why haven't you shared this? Shit, I needed to hear this a long time ago. When I was walking the streets and not feeling like I was enough. When I was choosing to numb my emotions and my feelings because I didn't know how to manage what I was going through. The moments when I sacrificed my dreams for the sake of others. And yet you have a tool that could help me and you're not sharing that with me? Listen, this might sound a little bit harsh, but if you have a tool to bring healing and you're not sharing it, shame on you. If you have a way of making an impact with people and you're holding it in because you're worried about what happens if I mess up on a video, shame on you. If you have a way of moving through something, even if you don't have it perfected yet, but you've made some progress, then you get to say, listen, guys, I don't have it all figured out, but I do know this part. And so let me share that with you. People need you. Yes, Nima. People need you to be bolder. People need you to step outside of your own comfort zone. People need you to show up. You need you to show up. So I want you to remember, Show up. Show up. Why? Show up because people need to feel you. People need to learn from you. People need to connect with you. You need to stay on the top of people's mind. And you need to show up for you. I'm your brother in the journey. I love you. I celebrate you. And I pray for you on a daily basis. Go up there and show up.